Hi, everybody. This is Professor Bowie again, and I am continuing in our textbook here on page 13, exercise B. And so this one is a little different. As you can see, there are questions here. And so I wanted to explain the format and structuring of these questions and how to ask and answer these questions, okay? Just looking at exercise B, it demonstrates two people talking. Okay, so letter A is one person and letter B is the other person. And the way these interviews go is they go from top here to bottom. They don't go from left to right. And so the way it reads, I'm thinking of a famous person. Is it a woman? No, it's a man. Is he British? No, he's not. He's from Argentina. Is he tall? No, he's not. He's a little short. And conversation 2, is he in his 20s? No, I think he's in his 30s. Does he have long hair? No, he doesn't. Is he a soccer player? Yes, he is. I know, I'm sorry, that's all one conversation, but it continues from here, starting at A, and it goes downward, right? And so looking at it, you may read it from left to right. That traditionally, that's how you would read it, but hopefully that makes sense. Okay, now as far as asking the questions, in the last video or exercise A, you can see statements, right? So we have subject, B, adjective, or subject, have, adjective, noun, right? And so before you make a statement, or obviously you can make a statement without a question, but if somebody were to ask you, this is how you would answer, and to get the information or to ask the question, right? And so what you're going to see here is in our books, is it a woman? Is he British? Is he tall? Does he have long hair? And so these are the questions. And of course, yes or no could be the different answers. And so what you will see is for the questions, you'll have B plus subject plus noun, or and question mark, or B plus subject plus adjective. Okay, examples here would be, is it a woman? Is it a woman? That is the example in our textbook. And so what the difference is in exercise A, we looked at subject plus B plus noun. It is a woman. Now, to make the question, you move the verb be first, and then you end it with a question mark because we're asking, is it a woman? So be plus subject plus noun, right? And of course, to answer, there's two ways. Yes, it is a woman, or no, it is not. Okay. The subject plus adjective is the other question here. And let's see, is he British? Yes, that is British in this case is an adjective because it describes the subject. Okay, but a more obvious adjective is this one. Is he tall? So be plus subject adjective here we're looking at is he tall? The verb be agrees with, the verb is, the form of be is agrees with the subject he, right? So that's very important when we're making the statements. We know in the last video, I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, they are. So yes, he is. No, he's not. And those are the possible answers. And same thing, right? If you really think about it, we have subject plus be plus subject plus be. Yes, he is. And you can, of course, have the adjective, but it doesn't hurt. Yes, he is tall. No, he's not tall. It's more complete, but in most cases, most people in discussion or talking will just answer it without the adjective. He's, of course, contraction. He is. So that represents subject plus be. And of course, he is subject plus be. Notice here also, in a positive response, you can't just answer with a contraction, right? Contraction meaning I'm combining the two words, he is, to make he's. So very important, you cannot answer with contraction in a positive sentence. Positive meaning yes, okay? So is he tall? Yes, he's. No, cannot do that. It must be followed by not for no, or if it is positive, yes, he is. Okay. So that is the first set of questions that we look at: be plus subject plus noun, be plus subject plus adjective. Of course, if there's an adjective here, that is okay too. Is it a tall woman, right? Just for demonstration purposes. Again, this adjective describes this noun. Second set of questions that we have here will follow the format. And it asks, does he have long hair? Okay, so in this question, remember the verb have shows, talks about something we possess or have, something that we may own, right? Or possess. I don't own my eyes. I have eyes, right? And so I possess them. So in this case, to ask about that, does he have black hair? Right? What we look at here is you have do slash does plus he, or I'm sorry, subject plus have plus now. And again, that adjective, I'm going to put it in this case in parentheses, meaning it's optional, right? It's more specific, describes the noun, right? But sometimes it really makes sense to have that adjective, like this case. Does he have black hair? We want to know specifically what color his hair is. But in some cases, does he have a dog, right? That's sufficient. That's a good question. That adding an adjective there could be a very good idea as well, but it's not always required. The noun definitely is required, right? So does he have a dog? Going back to the last video, right? I have, you have, she has, he has, it has, we have, they have. Now, when we make a question, okay, we notice here in the question, we have more than one verb. Do and does, or do, does is the same. It follows the same rule as this one. Third person singular ends in an S. So you have, I do, you do, she does, he does, it does, we do, and they do. If we were to make an answer, right? So because they are two verbs here, and we know it's third person, we don't repeat that same pattern. Does he has a dog would be incorrect, okay? Does he have a dog? This ending in an S, the first verb is sufficient enough to satisfy the rule. So does he have a dog? Does she have a dog? Okay. If the subject is I, you, it, we, I'm sorry, not it, but I, you, we, they, same thing, but because I agrees with do, and because I, you, we, they are not third person singular, we start the question with do. Do, subject plus have plus noun, or you can have the adjective, right? Do they have a big dog? Do they have, do we have class? Do we have class, right? If you think about it, that's a common question. Do we have class? Do we have work tomorrow? Do you have work tomorrow? Do you, subject, right? Do subject have work? You think of work as a verb, and it is a verb. I work, right? But it is also a noun, and in that case, it is a noun. Work is the object noun. So again, there's a lot of good vocabulary here, 20s, 30s, long here. Definitely practice these words, but most important, in my opinion, if you are making questions, right, remember this formula here. Do, does, plus subject, plus have, adjective, noun, right? And honestly, if I just put do plus subject, that should be sufficient, because the main, well, a very, very important rule in simple present is third person singular. Verbs have to end in S. So does he, does she, in question form. In answer form, if we were to say yes, okay, yes, no, format, the only time it's going to be different is third person. For first person, I, we, second person, you, and third person, plural, they, will have the same structure. Third person singular, if you guessed it, yes, you are right, it is different, okay? So some examples, yes, no, and in this case, we're going to say, yes, we do have a dog. And again, most people will say, yes, we do. But if, to be more complete and understanding the structure that we looked at in grammar exercise A, subject plus have, I'm sorry, plus noun. So yes, we have a dog. No, we don't have a dog. Okay, in the negative sentence, we do the opposite. In this case, you do need the verb do not, don't. Okay, of course, for third person, yes, she has a dog. No, she doesn't have a dog. And doesn't is contraction for does not. Okay, don't is contraction for do not. Do, again, we go back to our subjects, I, you, we, they. Hopefully this helps you understand exercise B in our textbook. Again, optional Zooms are available. I'm very open to emails, discussions, things like that. If you have additional questions, please reach out. Hopefully this video helps you understand making and asking questions and answering them. Thank you very much. Have a good day.